Alright, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at a game called Swordhaven Iron Conspiracy. This is a title developed by AtomTeam, and they was gracious enough to send me a key to kind of give all my first thoughts, play a little bit of it, and stay tuned at the end of the video for a surprise. Anyway, this is a party-based low magic fantasy cRPG. It has a mix of both turn-based and RTWP combat, so if you ever played a game like Pathfinder, it seems like it has very similar combat to that, to where you can have real-time strategy-based combat, or you can do pause turn-based combat, so that definitely does pique my interest. And I've been on a bit of a cRPG binge for the last couple of months, been playing a lot of different titles, and this one definitely piqued my interest, especially since it's more on the lower-end magic side of fantasy. So I'm definitely curious to see how classless, how combat works, without a lot of the magic behind it. So it seems like it's a little bit more realistic and grounded, even though it's still in the fantasy setting. So we're going to simply play a couple hours, probably up to around the 2, maybe 3 hour mark. And as we play, we'll take a look at the game mechanics, you know, graphics, gameplay, story, stuff like that. And I'm just going to give my overall thoughts and opinions on it as I play. So there's going to be more of a chill sort of video. Not necessarily me giving a full-blown review or anything like that, obviously. But I did want to give the game a try. I did want to play it and kind of form my opinions. And I'm not going to simply just, you know, this is the definitive version of it. This is more of like a first impression as I play through the game. Alright, so that being said, let's go ahead and begin. We're going to go ahead and start a new game. Please make a choice before proceeding. So we can do male or female. I'm going to butcher some words, and I apologize. In Kudonian society, men are generally expected to be strong, bellicose, and valiant. Every community and culture has their own ever-evolving idea of a male archetype, the set of expectation, how a real man should act, dress, speak, and conduct themselves. There are, of course, outlined as any social norms. Alright, so again, butchering the name. Kudonian society, women are generally expected to be perceptive, reasonable, and prudent. Alright. Every community and culture has their own idea. Okay, the female archetype. So basically, you can choose the archetype of character that you want to create. I'm going to pick female, because I think the last video that I did, I had a male character, and I kind of like to switch on and off. I am genuinely curious, though, how this is going to affect things like dialogue and how people sort of talk to you based if you're a man or a woman. So I'd imagine it's probably going to be pretty interesting. So we do have names here. So we have Merv of Lady Golia, I think is how you pronounce that. But we can randomize a name if we like. I like the first name. Ramia of Ranit? I'm not going to use that last name. I'm just going to do this because, you know, originality. All right, so we have our name. We have our sex, so we're going to do background here. All right, so choose a background. So we have the noble background. We get background bonuses of strength, bladed weapons, intimidation, outdoorsman. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Okay, days of the Kudonian noble houses battle each other for power and glory are waning. The empire is no longer the first among equals, but I'm butchering these names. I'm sorry. Altruch ruling over the much humble aristocracy. I think is how you pronounce that. Again, I apologize. I'm butchering the reading. That is how clashing over clerical assignments and imperial chancellery and officers' commission in the army. Fortunately, there's still a chance to write your name in the annals of history. Throw the monsters of legend are all but extinct in Empire proper. In the wildlands of Nova Drakonia, they can be found in abundance. Hunt down these fabled beasts and ensure great renown for yourself or your family, and your family. Okay, so each one of these kind of gives you buffs and stuff like that. So the adventure, let's see. An empire, no shortage of fortune tellers and seekers. Okay, so I'm not going to read through each one of these. I just kind of want to take a look and see what the background bonuses are. But it's pretty cool. You kind of get a designated background. So with the noble, we get +1 to strength, bladed weapons, intimidation, outdoorsman. The adventurer, we get +1 to attention. There's probably like for traps and stuff like that, I imagine. Range weapons, stealth, and bluff. Okay, so more of like maybe like a rogue archetype, I'm thinking. Weight lot. Okay, interesting. Intelligence, martial arts, persuasion, and medicine. The state religion of the Kudonian Empire is an acclamation, I think, agglomeration, I don't know how to pronounce that, of different sects. Although the dragon cult became the dominant faith with its doctrines and ancestism and temperance, citizens of the empire continue to worship a multitude of regional deities, demigods, and spirits, whilst acknowledging and honoring the dragon's ultimate sovereignty. Okay. So it's just like the de facto religion, but it's split off into other religions. The barbarians of Nova Drakonia, unfortunately, are notorious for denying him as the primary god. This is why the dragon cult's priestess, the weight lots. Okay, so these are like priestess, or okay, these are priests. The weight lots are sitting there acolytes to guide these heathens to the path of righteousness. You are one of those. You are one of those pilgrims. Okay, so this is like a zealous cult of religious people. So that's pretty cool. Bandit, dexterity, axes and blunt weapons, pickpocketing, lockpicking. Okay, criminal underbelly. So I don't really have to talk much about the bandits here in terms of their background. And then we have the merchant. Personality, spears and halberds, haggling and crafting. I do like spears as weapons. Trade is the lifeblood of Codonian Empire, but as the game only feels patient of players, one of the most negotiated archaic laws are archaic. I'm sorry. Some of these words are, I'm just bad at reading. I apologize. For Providence to Providence, nepotism, merchant guilds, agreements between private cartels, imperial monopolies, greedy nobles, and countless other hurdles. Okay. So, I'm kind of curious about the religious cult, because if we don't have magic, we have, like, fate. I am curious about the martial arts aspect, if that's, like, more like hand-to-hand combat and stuff. Bandit's also pretty good, too, because I do like, potential for, like, axes and blunt, and then spears. I mean, noble would probably seem like it's pretty standard. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to try the weight lot. I'm going to try the religious cult. I'm curious about that. Alright, so here's our attributes starting out. We have 4 attribute points. Our intellect's pretty high because of our background. So we can kind of take a look and read at some of these. Governs maximum carry weight, intimidation, and dialogue, melee and unarmed damage, and also slightly increases health and stamina. So health and stamina is tied to strength. Attention. Governs accuracy in combat and lets you notice easily overlooked details, both in game and world and dialogue. Okay. So this gives us +5 to martial arts, bladed weapons, and stuff like that. Okay. So I'd imagine probably if I'm going to go towards like the martial artist aspect, this might be good to kind of keep up as well. Endurance also does stamina as well. Okay, maximum health, stamina, and resistance against negative effects. Natural damage threshold. Personality. This is the way you talk to people, your speechcraft. Okay. So if you lower this... Okay, so if you lower it, people hate you. But you also get, like, buffs for that, too, in terms of skills. Okay. Okay. So if you have, like, high personality, you're absolute joy, and, like, you can bluff, you can haggle, and stuff like that. Okay. So that's pretty interesting. Intelligence. Affects the number of skill points earned each level and offers additional dialogue options. So you get +15 skill points on level up. So I guess the skill points what we're doing now. So if you get less, okay, the more skill points you get. Persuasion, bluff, lockpicking, crafting, and medicine. We'll put 1 into that. Dexterity, stamina, dodge, chance, carry weight, and initiative. Skills there are +10 to martial arts, bladed weapons, ranged weapons, outdoorsmanship, stealth. Okay. Ability to dodge blows, actually in melee combat, combat speed, other details all depend on dexterity. So I feel like we want to have dexterity up. Luck, dodge, chance, carry weight. So I'm gonna go with. We'll go with this for now. Again, I'm probably picking some wrong stats here, but just kind of like live and learn. All right. So skills. Okay, so here's our skills here. Kind of reminds me like the old like Fallout, the old Fallout level up system. So martial arts, either hone your skills with fist weapons such as gauntlets, claws, knuckle dusters, or master a struck path of true unarmed combat. The skill increases your chance to hit with fist weapons, increase both the base damage of accuracy of your kicks and throws when no weapon is equipped. Okay. So, and then we get like the level up here. So you have journeyman, expert, master, grandmaster, and then genius. Okay. So when we reach those thresholds, we unlock other bonuses as well. So kind of like the Oblivion system, where the higher you get, the better you are at that particular skill. So martial arts, bladed weapons are going to be swords and daggers, spears and halberds. I kind of might go like martial arts and like spears. I think I want those to be like my weapon points, so I'm going to pump those at 40. Persuasion, I'm going to bump that up a little bit. Medicine, both to create and apply remedies, so we'll do a little bit of that. We'll bump up our martial arts a little bit. Do a little bit of persuasion. And then, yeah. Okay. So we'll rock this. I think this is good. All these, the rest of these are kind of self-explanatory. Distinctions. Okay. So there's a lot here to go on. So I'll try and put some timestamps as well. If you don't want to see some of this. Ample Arbiter. Plump and rosy cheek. Most people will trust you instinctively when it comes to self-defense. However, you get winded. Oh, so these are like debuffs. Okay. Okay, so these are like debuffs. Okay. So you can see on the side here, you get personal effects. So you get +1 to personality, persuasion. You get +15 to persuasion and haggling. Martial arts and stuff go down. Excuse me, because you're overweight. That's actually pretty cool. So these are buffs and debuffs that you can, or these are basically buffs and debuffs you can have. So level-headed leader. You're a superior strategist, yet some might say you're too reluctant to get your hands dirty. So you get +2 to personality. Martial arts, it goes down by 15, or basically a lot of weapons go down by 15, and you get 2 less health per level up. Each time you're hit, there's a 1% chance to panic. Damn, so if they touch you wrong, you get panic. And then your teammates get additional buffs, though. They get +15 to martial arts, bladed weapons. Okay, so if you want to play more of like on the back end, maybe like a ranger or something, that's actually that's not bad. If you want to like play like on the back end and kind of like give orders more so than be directly involved in combat, that's not bad. Brainy beanpole, tall and slender, you always had your head in the clouds. Alas, your distracted attitude has left you alienated from their fellow man. Okay, so intimidation, persuasion, bluff, and haggling. Your character is taller and slimmer than most. Eagle-eyed. You're blessed with great height and perfect vision. Unfortunately, your reluctant on said eyesight has led to crippling fear of anything that might damage or limit it. Okay, so you get +2 to attention and then range weapons +15. Your character is slightly taller than average, cannot equip slot head. Oh, so you can't like equip like helmets and stuff. That's interesting. And then heavy-handed. Your character is bigger than most. You're stronger than a good portion of the population, but your muscle-bound physique gets in the way of performing a delicate task. Okay. So if you're not going to be like lockpicking or you're not going to be that type of character, a lot of this stuff can be useful, right? I do see like a lot of this being useful, and you don't have to pick one of these two, which is the cool part. Fortune, fate. You enjoyed a long life streak of good luck. Regrettably, this means you never bothered to learn any skills requiring grit, patience, and hard work. So you get +1 to luck, 20% bluff and haggling, and then you get -15 to outdoorsman, crafting, medicine, and lockpicking. Again, a lot of these aren't bad, per se, or not good or bad. They're just balanced, I would think. Your Adrosius childhood, I can't read that, I'm sorry, has made you resistant to hardship. Sadly, the more civilized side of life is a bit beyond your scope. Okay, so you have +1 endurance, outdoorsmanship, bleeding resistance, poison. Okay, so basically, terrible upbringing has made you a little bit more street smart, but like civilized society is not your strong suit. Short of stature, you are a head shorter than average Imperial citizen, but you're also that much more nimble, so you can get around quicker. Lockpicking and stealth is pretty good, but your martial arts and weapon-based combat suffers. And then Soul Survivor. This is pretty interesting. You barely left breathing while others around you died in a terrible accident. Now you prefer to travel alone, lest this horrible experience repeated. So if you do Soul Survivor, you buff yourself up. You buff yourself up pretty well. Like you get a lot of good buffs here for yourself. But the opposite of that is your teammates suffer a lot of debuffs, and then if they get hit, there's a chance that either they'll panic or you'll panic for 2 to 3 rounds. So a lot of these are pretty good. I would say if I'm going to pick one, I'm probably not going to be doing a lot of like stealth and stuff like that. So heavy-handed sounds pretty good. And then you can kind of see like how it affects your stats over here as well too. So this already puts me like journeyman for like martial arts and spears and halberds and stuff too. But as you can see here, a lot of my other stats are lower. And then we have abilities. So, okay, so now we have some abilities. Bladed weapons, axes and blunt, spears and halberds. As you see here, because we are journeyman, we unlocked potential other abilities here as well too. So a lot to go over here. Bleed chance, effectively lose additional HP per turn. So, okay, so you get 100% bleed chance with bladed weapons. For 1 turn, there's a 100% chance armor piercing attacks do double damage. Damage just throw is ignored. You have 50% chance to hit your target for 2 turns. Attack increases your current chance to hit by 15 in its current value. Okay. So a lot of stuff here. And then we have martial arts here. Learn maximum weapon damage. You attack twice, deal minimum weapon damage. The target threshold is ignored. So you hit twice, but you deal lesser damage with the twin hooks. High kick. Jump up to 3 steps towards your target. Launch your target into your direction. Additional hits by the flying target will receive damage. Okay, so you can use this to kick into people. Low kick. Lame chance 100% for 2 turns. Effective move at double the SP cost. Jump 5 steps away from the target, and then we have Way of the Water. Deal no weapon damage. Every 2 SP you have when this action is used nets you 1% dodge until your next turn. Dodging means avoiding incoming damage completely. Use action will end your turn. Interesting. So these are just like... Interesting. Okay. Retaliate against heavy blow and every blow to your next turn. So these are like more like monks things, and then these are like unarmed stance. Okay, so these like stances. So you get like a water stance, mountain, wind, and flame. And then spear and halberds. Use attack without being engaged. Guaranteed an armor-piercing hit. Forces target to take 5 steps away. This action always succeeds. Reach advantage. Attack reaches extra reach of 3 steps. Deal 1 damage for every turn. Perfectly block the next 2 attacks. Okay, so a lot of moves here. There's like a lot here to kind of go over. There's a lot here. I'm going to learn reach advantage. And now we get the character customization. Okay. So we actually can choose a portrait if we like. Oh, that's pretty cool. So if we like choose a portrait, it kind of gives us a architect of our character here. Okay. We might go with 6. 6 seems pretty good. 11's not bad either. 12 looks like a child. 14's not bad. I will say there is definitely a disconnect between like the portrait and the character. Just kind of like looking into it. Like it does resemble it, but there is definitely a disconnect for sure. I think it's because like, for example, here you don't have like the glasses. So, have different costumes we can start with. Kind of like this one here. Head type we can change if we like. Haircuts. Wavy big hair. Okay. So character customization doesn't seem to be too bad. And then we choose the color of our hair if we like. Skin tone. Oh, you can actually like choose a skin tone. It can be like green if you want. That's funny. And then skin details like blushes, scars. I do wish there was a way you can zoom in on the character. It doesn't seem to be a way you can zoom in. Let's see. I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with this portrait, but I'm going to change up a couple of things. Put a little scar on the left eye there. Hair is fine. I like the braid hair look. Skin tone's good. Okay, so that's good. And then we have voices here.
I'm listening.
Yes.
I'm here.
Huh?
I like voice too. And then difficulty. So there's an Iron Man mode. So essentially, if you ever played any of like the oh, what is that? Fire Emblem games or anything like that. Iron Man mode, essentially there's like one save. And then if all your characters die or you die, the save is deleted. So we're not gonna do Iron Man mode. So we're not gonna deal with that in this video. We do have 2 camera modes that can be changed. We have the classic cRPG look, where the environment is neatly tilted at a 45-degree angle. The camera can be turned into one of 4 positions. And then we have the 3D top-down camera perspective. The camera can be fully rotated around its axis. We're going to go with 3D camera. We're going to go with 3D camera, just leave that alone. And then we have 3 difficulty settings, which is going to be easy, normal, and hard. So easy, you get 1 ability point, you get 10 plus skill points on top of whatever you get, 50 more experience, 15% chance to hit for the whole party, 2% extra damage, and then all enemies get some debuffs, and then normal's pretty standard, just a simple 1 ability point every second level. And then here we get the hard mode here, which you get less experience, enemies deal more damage, weapon mods have durability, and then party members can die in combat, and then enemies get a little bit more damage threshold, a little bit more HP and stuff like that. So we're going to do normal. We're not going to do Iron Man mode like I said before. And so now we can finally jump into it.
You board the ship bound for Nova Drakonia, captained by veteran sea dog Vergon III. Your destination is Swordhaven. Gulls shriek and squawk overhead as the salt wind caresses your brow. A new life, new adventures. Whatever awaits, you're ready to face it.
Okay, I like the introduction voice acting with the little storybook here. So it seems like we got some choices here we can do. Find your cabin or skip intro using default choices. So obviously we're not going to skip to the intro. We're going to go through the choices here. So let's find our cabin.
Your quarters are modest. Not unlike a monk's cell, you'll be sharing the space with barrels of salt pork and sea bread. Without a porthole, you're guessing it will get quite stuffy inside.
Okay, so now we kind of now we have a little bit of options here to kind of, I guess, dictate how our character is going to be. We can explore the ship, get to know the passengers, read a book, pick someone's pocket, trade with the sailors. We could sneak into the captain's compartment, but we're not really the stealthy type. Let's get to know the passengers.
This is a merchant vessel. Also, Captain Vergon claims. So the passenger manifest is short. To be precise, there are 6, excluding yourself. Fiona, a young musician in search of adventure. Nostra, a fiery one-eyed warrior. Nicodemus, a renowned scholar. Jehema, a quick-witted southern sellsword. Gintar, a pious knight of the Empire. And finally, Zanfor, a kindly old man who mostly keeps to himself.
All right, so I'm going to speak with the one-eyed warrior, Nostra. I feel like we, based on my character archetype, we might have a lot in common.
You don't learn much about Nostra Urheim. She's reluctant to talk about herself, and enjoys hearing about other people's problems even less. The only thing you know for certain, maybe, is that she's from the southern prairies.
Okay, I do like how we get like a pencil look of who she is.
An adventurous bard from the faraway kingdom of Muir-Orm, Fiona de Quinlan, is planning to strike it big in Nova Drakonia's capital, Swordhaven. The idea had been stewing in her head for a long while, and recently she acquired the means to pay for the long voyage.
All right.
Nicodemus Pinecone is a scholar from the land of Malvia. Since ancient times, the Malvian Peninsula has been the Empire's center of learning and home to the largest library in the land. It's no surprise, then, that Nicodemus is visiting Nova Drakonia to conduct scientific research, or so he claims.
All right, so we have Jimahor?
Jimahor the Eel is a traveling
Jimahor the Eel.
sellsword
Okay.
from the faraway Kufadian
Got that one right.
archipelago. Gregarious and jovial, his speech is steeped in sentimentality and cynicism. It's hard to tell whether it's an affectation or his genuine nature.
We have Gintar.
Gintar of Kuldinga is a knight from a landless noble family. He is deeply religious and often expresses his reverence for the divines, particularly the Empire's chief deity, the dragon. Gintar spends much of his time in meditation, and he claims he's traveling to Nova Drakonia solely for spiritual reasons.
I do like how we get experience for like getting to know these people.
Zanfor claims to be a low-ranking Imperial official, though he's well educated in subjects ranging from history to astronomy. When you've spent some time talking to the old man, he tells you you're full of untapped potential. Quite flattering.
Okay.
The ship rocks gently upon the calm sea.
So I imagine we probably can't go through all of these, right?
The ship is a large trade carrack, built for stability on heavy seas, and big enough to carry a significant amount of cargo, along with provisions for extended voyages.
So I guess depending on like our awareness and stuff like that, we either succeed or fail like these roll checks.
Stopping your ears to the hustle and bustle of the crew, the screams of seabirds, and the endless creaking of the ship, you lose yourself in the yellowed pages of an old tome you picked up on your way to the docks. It's a gripping tale of an ancient seafarer, and you read it to the end.
Okay. All right. So it looks like I said, we couldn't go through every option here, which is fine. To be expected.
Who do you wish to know? The ship rocks. As the ship draws ever closer to your destination, you sometimes listen to the sailors' stories when they're off watch. They share all kinds of amusing anecdotes, from the commonplace to stories so outlandish they could only come from seafaring folk. Yet, whenever they speak of the weird comets above the Gulf of Swordhaven, or of warlocks practicing their craft in western Nova Drakonia, Xanfor's face darkens. It seems he takes these topics very seriously. In the meantime, you...
Okay, let's try and tend to the sick.
Many maladies plague the common Jacktaw. The ship's sawbones rarely gets a moment to relax, so you learn a bit about medicine.
And we got +1 to medicine as well.
A few days later, the vessel finally enters the stormy sea. True to its name, the dark waves slam relentlessly against the stern, causing the vessel to roll in a nauseating rhythm. The air is thick with the smell of salt and ozone, as its heralds, the grim Malamuks, replace the cheerful seagulls to glide in eerie silence beneath the laden sky.
Alright, let's find solace with the company of our fellow travelers.
Many stories are shared in the relative comfort of the lower decks in the few days following. During one such gathering, a cabin boy, pale as death's maiden aunt, rushes down the companionway screaming between sudden peals of thunder, "There's a storm upon us!"
Alright, let's take a look
You are
outside.
not alone. Several crewmen are rushing around on deck. The other passengers have also come up. Some fearful, some amused by the capricious weather.
I like this
Captain
artwork.
Bergen roars out, "You must be out of your blasted minds! Get back down that hatch before..." A flash of light and an ear-splitting boom cuts him short. The lightning bolt, the grandfather of all lightning bolts, strikes the main mast, leaving you blind and deaf.
It's kind of like listening to an audiobook. I like that. That's cool. I like that. Silence.
Give your head a shake. As your vision returns, you see other passengers still covering their ears, while the crew races to furl a burning sail. A section of the mast lies on the deck, just a few feet away. There's someone beneath it. You stagger towards the poor soul and discover it's Xanfor, an elderly fellow you had spoken to during the voyage.
Alright, let's move a little bit closer.
As if bewitched, you fall to your knees beside the dying man. Xanfor fixes you with eyes watery from pain, and you lean closer to hear him over the storm. "Take this, my friend." A bloody cough erupts from him as he produces something from his jacket, a mysterious amulet on a silver chain. "Take it to Agranat the Enlightened in Swordhaven. I beg you. The fate of the world is at stake." Can it be true? How can the fate of the whole world depend on a cheap bit of jewelry?
A fair question. A fair question indeed. So I can choose to be a dick and ask for payment, or I can just do it. I'm just gonna do it.
Thank you. Xanfor's eyes roll back in his head, and his final breath escapes with a wheeze. You examine the amulet he gave you. It's a dark prism, within which a dim red light flickers. When you press your finger against one of its sides, the crimson glow seems to drift towards it, as if the object were alive and watching you.
Alright, let's get up.
Still puzzled and disturbed by the urgency in the dying man's voice, you gingerly rise to your feet. The other passengers are all there, along with the captain, who surveys the destruction with an unreadable expression. "Take heed now, me hearties. 'Tis here we must bid each other farewell. This old ship's in bad shape, and the place I must go don't allow no passengers." You and the others exchange troubled glances. Fear not. The shore's but a stone's throw away. We've finally reached Nova Drakonia. Well, except for that poor fellow over yonder. He spares a glance for Xanfor's corpse. "The village is close by. Name of Clamreach. You can find shelter there after you land."
Yeah, he was supposed to take us all the way to Swordhaven.
Captain Vergen shrugs off your objections, insisting that the ship won't make it to the capital in its current state, and the place where he's now headed is forbidden to outsiders. It seems you have little choice. Nova Drakonia is reputed to be dangerous. You should arm yourself before stepping into the shore boat.
So I'd imagine based on your character, you don't need a weapon, which would be okay for me since I am specialized in hand-to-hand combat, or we get like a dull spear, dull sword, things like that. So I'm going to take the dull spear because I can always unequip it and have unarmed combat if need be.
The thunderstorm ended as abruptly as it began. The sky once more blue and blank as a new slate. And as the sun begins its rise in the east, for the first time you see land ahead. Nova Drakonia. With a parting salute to the crew, you hop down into the boat where the rest of the passengers are already waiting, and take the oars in hand.
Land is close. All right. After the rough landing, you and your fellow passengers meet the dawn gathering wood, kindling a fire, and prepare something to eat from the scant sea rations are providently brought along. Okay. All right, so this is kind of like our little campment here. I think this is me. Yep. All right, this is me, and these are the other characters here. You're about to leave this merry gathering and make for the nearby village when one of your traveling companions stops you. Are you leaving, sister? Gunthar of Kuldinia, the Piper's Knight from the mainland, looks up in the flames. So, okay, so because we're technically of, like, the same sort of religion, I think that's why he's calling me sister. I could stay a little bit longer, shrug and say nothing. Permit me to accompany you at least until we see the smoke rising from the village heathen, or, I'm sorry, village hearths. Turns to the woods for who can fathom what lurks in the unwilderness. What do you think could be there? We're brought you to Nova Drakonia. Show him Zonfar's element. What are your thoughts about this thing? I need a spiritual beckoning. Did you? He's not answering questions. What do you think could be out there? I don't want to guess. It could be nothing or harmless forest beast, or who knows. The wilds are home to all manner of creatures. So I'm going to show him Zanfor's amulet. What are your thoughts about this thing? That's a strange little, I'm gonna butcher this. Tolchik, isn't it? I personally would seek out its true owner and give it back. One cannot discover a higher truth than magic destined for someone else. The knight turns his back to the campfire. I say, why waste time? Let's see what where the path leads us. I wish to contemplate my life in solitude, at least for the time being. So I guess this is where we can choose a companion. Or not necessarily choose a companion. I guess based on, like, who you talk to and maybe, like, your architect, one of the companions will talk to you to accompany you. By the way, could you please remind me where the village is, the one the captain mentioned? You mean Clamreach? We need to follow the road along, road through the forest, cross the river, and then head east at the first turn. Got it. Let's go already. Thank you, Gunthar. Sister, one more question before we depart. Is that chest you were sitting on yours? I saw him belongs to another passenger. I thought the same, but no one will lay claim to it. The sailor must have shit on his vessel by accident. Gives you a significant look. It would be a waste to let it lie follow. Let's say we take a peek inside this mysterious box. I mean, I don't mind it. I chanced upon a lockpick while gathering twigs for the fire. Lowers his voice. No doubt dropped by the Holthian sales sword we've been traveling with. Maybe we should give it a try. Okay, so he gave me a lockpick. The village is close, and the scent of smoke doth reach my nostrils. All right. To interact with the teammate, press the UI button, refer to the picture, or the designated hotkey, and then click on the teammate. All right, so we have here, and then we can start dialogue with someone. Let's see. Nostra Umrep, the roguish redhead with few words, acknowledges your presence with a nod. Why are you still here? Did the ghost planes take your soul? Ghost planes. This is the name of my people to give to the sea. Broad and flat is like the prairies of my homeland. However, ride into the horseback and you'll fall straight through into the cold, wet, dark we call the abyss. Good to hear. Any plans? I have a promise to fulfill. First and foremost, getting to know the local customs. I travel where my feet take me. I hope to make my way to Swordhaven. Big city, big opportunities, but what then? An honest job for honest pay would be nice. My business is mine alone. Shrugs ambiguously. I'll undertake a pilgrimage and pray for guidance. Doing this and that until they string me up. Wherever my path takes me, blood and coin shall rain down. A woman after my own heart. A bark of laughter escapes her lips. Just be cautious about the company you keep, or it'll be your guts rain down. Sounds like you had a bad experience or two. Don't go poking nose into the Perry woman's burrow, or you might just lose it. Why'd you come to Nova Drakonia then? That's my business, not yours. Show her the amulet. I heard many tales about cursed talismans. This may be one of them. Take your leave. The woman immediately forgets you. Okay, so I guess you can't, like, interact with everyone here. Use the mouse or the movement keys to move the camera. To have the camera follow currently select the leader, press the UI button referred to in the picture. Okay.
Quickly now.
Like multiple characters, hold down the left mouse button, draw a rectangle over them. Characters within this selection will be chosen. You can also choose everyone in the party by pressing the UI button referred to. Okay, so if I want to do this...
Yes. It's locked.
Alright, character attempting lockpick must have lockpicks in inventory. To use the skill, press the UI button or to in the picture, which is this button here. Or use a designated hotkey when click on the lock container keyboard. Okay. So if we do this here...
I could have done it with my eyes closed.
Cool. Alright. So this is what we have in our inventory. We have an empty bottle. Weak potion of intervention. Attack cost NSP -1. Weak resilience. Some bandages, removes bleeding and wound status. Got a torch and some salt. Okay. All right, so nothing too crazy. To access your inventory, press the UI button referred to a picture. Use a designated hotkey. So we can just click over here, and then we can put potions in our hot bar here, essentially. So weak healing potion. If we want to do that, we can put that here. Let's see, healing hand, so he can actually heal. Soft spot and club. And then we have a dull spear and then reach advantage. Okay. And then we have the amulet equipped on us. Okay. So I imagine we can't really talk with anyone else, have anyone else join us. I'd imagine probably that... I'd imagine probably that we're locked to a companion based on who we pick and who we create ourselves with. Or who we create our character. Fiona... a troll Badaritz from the faraway kingdom of Mur-Ohim at Orm. I'm butchering these names, I apologize. He's talking to another one of your fellow travelers, a red-headed warrior. Listen in. They're speaking in a tongue you don't understand. It must be Duoin, the language of Mur-Ohim. To your ear, it sounds like bird chirping. Excuse me, girls. Of course, milady. It looks at you like a painter skirming a new canvas. Are you departing our company already? Yes, I am. Safe travels then. I tend to join the group when it's time to move out. Safety in numbers, you know. You can join me. Thank you, but Sir Demora and Lady Nostra have already offered to escort me. She not the dark-haired woman sharpened his sword. Or, I'm sorry, the dark-haired warrior sharpened his sword, and the one-eyed woman beside her. Okay, so she's already going with them, too, so that's why they're not coming along with this. Certainly a mysterious piece of bric-a-brac. You have to take it to Swordhaven and find some knowledge about things and ancient and supernatural. Alright, so what'd you come to Nova Drakonia? Travel new lands and seek inspiration, of course. But yes, but why this place exactly? Allow me to answer with a question of my own. Why not? I've heard many intriguing stories about Nova Drakonia, and when circumstances allowed it, I decided to embark and make my daydreams a reality. So how's the road been treating you? The weather and other natural hardships don't frighten me, and I'm equally accustomed to human dangers. Most unwanted attention may have averted a long cloak. I'm sorry, by a long cloak and a deep hood anyway. Okay, fair enough. Well, best of luck to you. And then we can talk to the knight here, I believe. Or no, this is the sail sword. So here to see me off, sea sister. Quickly then, I shan't linger on these shores. No what's for the wicked, eh? Wicked, you say? No, my sea sister. Once these feet are according to the solid ground, I shall go where good deeds are needed. For such is my life's passion. Keep your thoughts to yourself. I admire your ambition. Quite a noble goal for a sail sword. The eel is a strange moniker for a righteous man. Is it? I call it common sense. You just need to follow one rule. Always sell your sword arm to the highest bidder. Interesting. The only moral solution is to always support the strongest, as power guarantees economic growth and thus elevates the prosperity of every subject in the realm. Okay. That makes perfect sense. You must offer your services to those in need, not whether who have the most gold. If the highest bidder is the one righteous man, you mean. So you can kind of challenge like their thoughts and stuff too. Who am I to argue that? The rule of gold is simple, yet Germa has rarely known a foreigner to crack it. Unless, again, Quophodian? You definitely look it even if you did not. Please tell me, am I right? You're right on the donors. Come here and give me a hug. Before we part ways, a gift from my kinswoman. Tucks a silver ring from his finger to you. Got a silver ring. Okay. May you revel in riches and delight in a sun-kissed fig swimming syrup on the way to the king's table. So we got a new item. Let's see. It's for sale. Literally does nothing for us, I'd imagine. I mean, but we still got one, so that's pretty cool. And so last person we can probably talk to here. I don't know if there's like anything else here. So last person we talked to is Old Man. I say that landing wasn't good for my constitution. Oh, curse my crumbling pelvis. One must have ached so. If only I had some water. I'll fetch you a flask when if you're not feeling well. Very kind of you, but I didn't mean a drink. I mean boiling water, daughter, bubbling in a pot with a bit of freshly butchered meat and manner of assorted vegetables. Oh, you want some soup. Oh, you're talking about a stew. Stew, yes, that's the word. And after a few servings of that, I like a jug of something strong. Only then will I fully recover. Indubitably, I feel positively rejuvenated. You have a particular way of speaking. As for the spirits, there's Smakovia, the famous moonshine of Nova Drakonia. I never imagined knowledge on this name would be so extensive. Hopefully that hooch is available in the nearest tavern. And once you go already, ere your wordsmith turns my mind to tatters. Why don't you eat the stew already bubbling in the cauldron? My dear, do you think I have the strength of stomach for any more of those despicable sea rations we used for that vile brew? Absolutely not. Do you want to travel with me then? Can you imagine us stomping through the thicket together? We'd scare up any of the local flora, or I'm sorry, any of the local fauna before I had a chance to study and name them after myself. Okay. I'm not even going to try and pronounce any of that, so we're just going to skip all that. So at least you have the means to defend yourself. Absolutely. Behold, the scholar leans back and spreads his arms as is blind some deadly ornament. Seeing yourself confused, he specifies, I mean my body. While not as hard as tone as long days ago in my youth and begging for a new liver to boot, it still remembers the ancient technique of my Malvian warrior monk masters. Alongside my supreme anatomical knowledge, this makes me a devastatingly effective pugilist. Okay, fair enough. So he's also a monk of sorts. A fascinating specimen, a real magical artifact. Who knows what powers it may possess? I entreat you to hide it well, for even I, the wise Laconius Pinecone, am not immune to villainous temptation to steal it. Alright, fair enough. I'm leaving. Best of luck to you. Alright, so we received some amber. Here's a curious specimen I picked up along the shore. A great conversation piece. Consider it a gift. Okay. So since we talked to everyone, we also got some amber as well, too. We can sell or probably craft with that. You can press the UI button to refer to picture or use a designated hotkey to highlight all items in loopable containers. Press it again to deactivate the highlighting. Okay. So I'm not sure exactly. Oop, that is not it. So imagine there's things that we can probably pick up. I don't know what the designated hotkey for that is. That's pickpocketing. That's stealth. Alright, that's our character stats here. So I'm just learning the controls and things like that. Okay. So imagine we could probably like pick up like the seashells and stuff like that if we really wanted to, yeah. Which I imagine we could probably like pick up and sell if we really wanted to. Alright, enough of that. Let's go ahead and hit the road. So yeah, like I said, it's gonna be it's definitely going to be
I'm on it.
A slower pace video, just because I kind of want to explore and kind of get into it as much as I can, because I definitely want to see where this leads us and see how the game plays. And this definitely seems like more of like a slow burning RPG, not necessarily like super action heavy, which is okay. All right, so you have the bridge here, which I think we can take. Although I am a little bit curious. Do we have a map? Okay, so this is our map. This is where we came from. I hear a lot of birds. We can zoom in out a little bit.
Nice and smooth.
Okay, not really seeing much over here.
I've spotted something.
These traps? Oh, these are traps. Okay.
Hold on. What's that?
So this is definitely a cave of some sort. Question is, do we go inside the cave? Because I imagine there's going to be combat here. And it looks like we have a pause combat and then switch to real time. And can we save? All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and drop a save. All right. So we did drop a save, right? Okay, cool. All right.
Let courage be our lantern here.
Tutorial. Toggle this button picture below to switch from turn-based to real-time and vice versa, or use a designated hotkey. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's lizards. Okay. Alright, so it looks like we're in turn-based mode. So you have Dull Spear, we have Reach Spear, okay.
Come here. I need a new coat.
Oh, we did not do a lot of damage. Okay, so our SP... Okay, so each stud costs like a bit of, Oh, they did a lot more damage.
Forget about it.
Okay. So how do I end the turn?
Don't be ridiculous.
Select everyone. Okay. Okay, so that's okay. So I gotta press that button to end turns here. Okay. All right. So it looks like we got 2 more back this way. We'll let them come to us. And these are skinlets. Okay. We use space to end our turn as well. What is this? Confusion chance. Oop, well, he dodged our attack.
Thou shalt be found!
Okay, so yeah, combat definitely feels like a little bit slower paced and stuff, but that's just with the turn-based combat. We also have like real-time combat that we can do as well, which we'll definitely experiment with that as well too. Like I said, I want to go through like both combat and kind of see how it is and see how it plays out. Oh, these just like light up the area, I guess.
Fine. I'll do it.
All right. Motor and pestle. Simple tool used to grind various ingredients into powder. We might actually have to use that to craft things. Pearl, bone statue, hogweed, I'm sorry. What is this? Weapon type, brass knuckles. Weapon damage, range. Okay, so actually that'd be pretty good for our character. Because our character can actually use that if they want to switch to like switch over to that to do a little bit more damage, or to start using like hand-to-hand combat. You come across a top idol in the shape of a vaguely humanoid figure. It's probably some regional deity, but you don't even know which one. It doesn't look like a dragon shrine. What do you think, sister? Examine the idol. Its features have been worn down by generations of believers touching it. Many shells and fish bones are scattered on the ground. No doubt the remnants of the sacrificial offering. Seems like this cave shrine was still recently in use. So I can pray to it. To whom and who would you ask for anyway? You don't even know the first thing about the local deity. But then they'll still capture interest, you still have to leave. Okay, so maybe if we had like know about the deity, we could actually like pray to it and maybe get like a buff or something. But it looks like this is pretty much a small cavern. But we got a little bit of interest in the combat, so yeah, definitely reminds me of like Pathfinder in terms of like combat.
Okay.
Either you can do like turn-based, which we just saw, or we can do like a little bit more real-time, which the characters probably go up and attack, and then you can pause and do certain actions and things like that. I'm gonna explore a little bit more. So I want to generally explore. I don't know what it is about like these RPGs, but like I love exploring the lands and kind of seeing like things that are happening around and stuff like that. I'd imagine it's probably not much here in like an open area. I mean, we did find like a small little cavern, but nothing too crazy. We definitely want to try and get the town though. Alright, so we made it back to the bridge, so we'll cross that. I guess technically this is supposed to be where we first saw combat, but we already did that.
I'm on it.
King Shink, okay. Alright, so I'm gonna actually try and switch over to real-time combat.
How can I help?
Okay. So I'm going to try real-time combat, which seems like as you saw there, it's kind of like more traditional, like you start combat, you pick your abilities, and then you activate your abilities without having to worry about like the action points. And so we do have a healer here.
I will serve.
Healing hands, any weapon. The attack receives extra reach of 1 step, removes negative effects from target, deals no weapon damage. So it's not actually a heal.
Still here.
Okay, so it's not really much of a
Nice
heal, just more of like
and
an attack boost, I think. A little bit misleading on that. Alright, so it selects everyone, and then that's toggle AI. Oh, okay. Whole team AI, toggle selected, auto attack on, auto weapon, auto use potions. Okay, so here you can kind of like, for like auto battle, you can kind of select what your characters do. So if you want to have the whole team be AI, you can, and then just pause for combat. Or if you want specific characters to be AI, and then you control the actions of another, you can. Don't think there's really too much else around here. Graphically, the game looks pretty good for isometric RPG. No real complaints or anything like that.
Keep dreaming.
Alright, so can't go into the water. Alright. Go ahead and head over to the next area here, which looks like it's the road probably to continue on to the town we're looking for. I do like the artwork here for the loading screens, too. It looks really good. After a short trek through the forest, you come across your first substantial signs of civilization, a flimsy fence to your right and overgrown pasture to your left. Sister, do you see that smoke up ahead? The village must be nearby. Thank the dragon we made it. Keep your thoughts to yourself. Let's not waste time on pointless conversation. You're proving yourself quite capable, brother. Yes, quite. Looks around. With your permission, I'd like to scout the road ahead. I believe I'll spend the night in the local public house and travel on Swordhaven on the morrow, but I could stay a little bit longer if you need my assistance. Thank you for this offer. I commend you to your own content. Okay, so he's actually splitting from us and going to go do his own thing. Toggle his button picture to change game speed or use the designated hotkey. Okay, so change the game speed. Oh, so that means we can move a little bit. We can move faster if you want to get around. Okay. Goes to plus or normal speed, and then we have super speed essentially, or double speed. Okay, that's definitely useful for getting around. Greetings, ma'am. Could y'all help me? Let me guess, your cart's broken. Stop, but don't answer him. Depends on what you need. A trifle, really. One of my wheels is broken. The village is closed, thank the God, but I'm afraid to leave poor Jenny. Slaps the donkey on the rump, all lonesome. See, there's a wolf pack roaming around these woods. If they stumble upon my cart while I'm away, they'll eat the old gal faster than chain lightning. But why don't you bring her with you? And you are... Name's Whiten. Ma'am, pleasure to meet you. What's your trade? Point the donkey in. Why can't you bring her with you? She's as stubborn as a, well, donkey. She only listens to me when in harness, bless her heart, and even then barely. Donkeys be quite aggressive. Are you really that worried about Jenny's well-being? That's other donkeys you're talking about. This little sweetheart wouldn't hurt a pellafly. Okay. Anything else I should be aware of besides the wolves? There's plenty of dangerous critters making around these parts. Saber-toothed rats. Wild boars and giant spiders in the forest, ma'am. Eating lizards near the shore. Scary stuff. Okay, so we get into experience as we're asking questions, which is good. Sounds like a charming place. We'll see you. So got it. So what do you want from me? Can you guard my donkey while I go to the village? Sure. I feel like this is a trap. I saw a perfectly good wheel gathering in dust in the blacksmith shop. He's a right sting bum. That horseshoe, but what choice do I have? So the blacksmith is stingy. Give me the coin. I'll talk to him for you. Well, fine. Try to be quick. Hand you a coin purse. It's 45 dinars to pay for the wheel. It's just straight ahead, then turn right at the first junction. The forge near the village gates. Turn the river. Got it. Okay.
Fine, I'll do it.
So that the first junction, we need to take a right. So I think it's probably going to be here. From here, you can travel to any other some. Okay. Halt, who goes there? Shrug, just to pass it by. I don't see it as any of your business. Calling myself, I'm served the dragon here to spare his will. I am, the name's Ulfurian Shallot, purveyor of sandalwood. Dragon blesses all. Forget my suspicion. Mistress is just scratches the nape of his neck. You don't look much of a weight lot, at least on the outside. I've been traveling for some time now, and Cleater Road is taking its toll. Oh, right, sorry. Still, I mean no offense, but we already have our own weight lot appointed the high weight lot of Silverwood, no less. I'm a traveling preacher from the Empire on a mission to bring the Dragon's Light to the local heathens, not to take anyone's place. Oh, you're from the big land. The lad's eyes light up. These from the faraway metropole must be a cherished bit of entertainment in these parts. Might as well indulge them. If not about the images, is there truly these there are golden oil flaunts 15 feet high? Okay. So we can show more options here. Okay. Lies in Malarkey. Empire once on the brink of collapse. Empire at war with the religious prince. Oh, Jesus. So you can basically tell him. So basically we can indulge his fantasies, or we can kind of like give him some hard truth. Just picture it plotting through the heavens, catching sky fishes for your supper. May a care in the world. Sure hope that fella sketchings turn into reality one day. Indeed, now your career has been sated. I can finally enter the village. Alright, go ahead, mistress. After I was much safer inside with those two nasty lizards on the prowl near the beach. All lizards, I know what you're talking about. Okay. You point me in the direction of Swordhaven. Sure thing. It's here. You mentioned lizards. You already met them. Yep, I had to fight my way past one of them. Hope you killed it. We tried to drive him out, but my paw got one of those beasties. Was laying sick for 12 days. He was. There's 2 more of them, a man and a wife, I reckon. But here's the worst part, is that the scaly bastards made a nest in the sacred cave. We've been keeping a shrine to Darium, our patron of god of fishing. Now that we can't honor him as we should, I'm worried to be less generous. I mean, the dragon is great, but it probably has better things to do than drive her. Oh! Interesting. So the cave we went to earlier is the cave we could have came back here and got a mission for. You'll be surprised, but I slaughtered the monsters in the cave. I need to see it to leave it. Stay right here, mistress. Yeah? I don't know if that's the Deb. It's like you told me. You made a proper monster slayer in the flesh. Plant your fist on your hip. That's right. You did your mistress. You are. If you have any other problems, I can solve them too. To be honest, I'm more interested in payment. You best talk to my paw, Dorno the Elder, about that. Not only will he pay for what you've done, he may offer you another bit of work. Okay, you can find our house at the first junction right across the tavern. I'll go look for him then. Cool. Alright. So we got inside. So now we can go inside.
Okay.
So first things first, you probably find the blacksmith. That's the headman's house. That's the forge. So you probably need to go towards the forge, I reckon, right? Let's see. Alright. You have to excuse me. The controls are not hard to get used to, but they are definitely different. As essentially, I have to move the camera as I'm moving. Wait, is the forge back this way? Maybe I went too far. Or maybe I wasn't supposed to go inside the village for the forge. Okay, no, here we go. This is where I'm supposed to go. Blacksmith. Burly yet limping blacksmith doesn't spare a single glance. If you're looking for armaments, last speed, you'll be looking elsewhere. What if I need a broken plow fixed? If it's farming tools, horses, nails after, I can help. Let's see. As I expect, it's a simple village smithery after all. Do you have a spare wheel? If any nerds last, coins on the barrel head. Have you no shame? That's far too much. Then don't buy it. Jesus. All right. All right, so luckily we was able to use the 45 for it, plus we had 5 on us. Let's see. Won't be necessary. Any chance you can give me a discount? Why'd you discount with prices like this? Just make sure you really don't have anything special for sale. So I guess if we can convince him, we could. All right. Honest prices for honest people. All right, let's see what he has. So this is his dinars. He has a pickaxe. So nothing we can really get right now if we really wanted. Whetstones for durability, which I don't think you have to worry about durability because we're on normal mode. Bronze clasp. Okay, so nothing really can use. He just has a bunch of tools. Mind if I use a forge? I don't know you're in a strike with, but go ahead and embarrass yourself. Okay. Okay, so if we wanted to, we can forge weapons and stuff here. We have the recipes. And we can craft if we have the necessary tools, which we don't. So we need to get a draw knife, bolt copper, and then bolt shaft. Then we can craft, like, arrows. Okay. Cool. And then what's this? Okay, just another table that we can craft with. Okay, cool. All right, so we got our wheel, so let's go ahead and head back. Okay, so it is cool. So we can click on the map and we can click our character to kind of run back to that area. So that actually makes things a little bit easier in terms of getting to, like, point A to point B if, like, we're just kind of, like, running across to a certain area. Here come the wolves. Oh, he's gonna die. I don't think we can save him.
Oh no! I'm wounded.
Oh, we're gonna die. We're gonna die to wolves.
Try it.
We almost died to wolves. That would have been terrible. Okay, that would have been really bad if we died to wolves. Okay. All right. Let's go back to turn base.
Nice and smooth.
Whew, these wolves are shameless. Back today, there was Cherry attacking humans. Just anyway, I have that wheel. You want it? Be grateful. Lost a item. Monitors progress. If you closely study the man's work, but you do have a mental capacity to understand it. Learn how to fix a broken wheel. Oh, okay. You can understand what he's doing, and not even that complicated. So here, if you like watch and study people, you actually get like experience points or skill points for that particular thing. So since we watched him crafting the wheel or fixing the wheel, we got 3 points in crafting. Done. I recently purchased a healing potion for the local witch. How about I give it to you as payment? Yeah, you know what? That'll work. We could definitely use a potion. Watch them go. Yeah, because that hurt. That definitely hurt. So definitely going to be a little bit harder. Definitely going to make things harder in terms of combat. And we're on normal mode, so that kind of gives you a little bit of taste of like how turn-based combat versus real-time combat can be, which seems a bit difficult. Again, mainly just because like I'm still only level 1 and stuff, but those wolves are taking a real bite out of me, honestly. All right, since we're here, we can try and find like where the that guy's pop is. See if he has like some workforce or has some information. Elderly woman.
Fine, I'll do it.
We announce your presence to the humble Backrone. She jumps up if scared. Nearly spills the contents of her little cloth bag. Okay, you know what? I am walking to people's houses. Take a sneak on an old Delary like that. Nearly lost my herbs. I did. What would I sell you? You ingrate stand. I'm sorry, man. It won't happen again. See that it doesn't. Dank nabbit. Now, don't just stand there like a mewling moss piglet. If you're from my potions and herbs, of all the things I could do for this village, you seem to be the only one I care about. You're not just a herbalist. What else can you do for the settlement? Oh, if you guys said anything, uses aren't made for the same heart and clay we old folks are. Even a beastly sprinkle of the eldritch horrors ideal would knock out your cold. Ha! I doubt mere knowledge of any subject word harm me. Flex. Okay, so we can basically no knowledge is harmful to the trained mind. Please share your story. Over the church frontal shrugs and leans in to whisper. Unknowns to anyone, this village is best by the terrifying apparition of an old warlord, Troiden the Impaler. By chance, I met him on the shore one starless night and soothed his bloodlust for the spectacular seeds. I've been keeping the vengeful spirit at bay ever since. So you think do you still think me a foul-smelling old witch who may or may not have pushed her old husband into a... Jesus. Wait, what'd you say about your husband? What? Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Go where we are. So she might have killed her husband. Okay. Now where were we? Oh yeah, spooky baby killing ghosts all over the village. Ooh. That's funny. You called him Troy the Impaler, but I've heard stories of Saint Troiden, the famous knight who perished at the site of the First Barbarian War. Saint Impaler, it all down to perspective. My Cerulean kin call him that. You people obviously see him differently. Whilst the true is hidden in the mist of time. You know, that's fair. I do like you get experience for like actually like interacting with like the dialogue and stuff. As for why he assaulted our dung pile, who knows? Maybe he wasn't really that saintly in life, or maybe when you're a ghost, any place is good for proper haunting. What? You think I'm lying, huh? Not surprising. Restraining spirits is a thankless job, not to mention tough. For example, I recently had to sneak past a couple lizard monsters on the way to the shore, but even without hazards like that, this hag isn't getting any younger. She sighs, lost in thought for a moment, then her eyes light up. Hey, if you're so smart, how about you give the boon to Specchia to the ghost instead of dainty on me? You learn something, also help me conserve my strength for next time. You know what? Why not? Here's the Specchia. When you're down to the beach at night, stand between two huge rocks, wear my old headscarf and holler, Zumi Etsu Kinka, or Kin-ak. Be patient, Torin the Impaler will find you. Some type of deviation. It means I come bearing gifts in my native Slurian, you silly goose. Wait, okay. Why do I need to wear a headscarf? The trick that made any ghost into thinking you're me, a frail headscarf for an old girl. Do you have any other more silly questions, or can we move on? I mean, low, really low. So yeah, my haggling skills are pretty bad. All right. So here she sells like healing salves and stuff like that. God, this really does cost quite a bit of money. We can sell a couple of things though. Really don't have much to sell. I mean, we can sell the bone statue if we want. The ring doesn't really do much for us. I don't know if we can do much with the empty bottles. I imagine we can craft something with the empty bottles. Trade that for 8. Okay. This thing really looks to be really powerful artifact. I don't know what it is, but you sure better hold on to it. Okay. All right. So we did get a new item. The headscarf here.
Okay.
It actually does show up on our head. Okay, so here we can actually craft tonics. Concoction sharpens one's vision for a short while, make it easier to hit targets. Performs increase in combat, and then protection of vile ogres during a fist fight. Its side effect is too dire for most horrid, uncontrollable flatulence. So I guess you fart when doing this. Okay, and then we have healing here, which can actually craft a healing potion here, weak healing potion. Nice. Okay. Can we craft another one? Ah, okay. So yeah, so we have the motor and pestle, and then we have like the bottles and the dragon leaf. So we actually got some healing potions here. So actually, it was pretty nice to pick up those. And then we have provisions here. We can create provisions using salt and meat and other ingredients. So okay. So it's a good thing I didn't sell those bottles. I really was about to sell those bottles. But it seemed like it was worth it to kind of get some more healing potions. So we have 5 now. Let's see. We can go to the Hetman's house. He might actually give us like might give us some information. Woman. Good health to you. Lovely weather we're having, don't you agree? Aye, you seem quite cheery if you don't mind the observation. It's true, I am content, and all thanks to Loima's Bell. What's Loima's Bell? It's a holy relic we keep down in the graveyard. If you ring it and the next day the weather is bonny, it means you're favored by the gods, and all things will come your way until the end of the season. But if it's gloomy and rainy, that's a bad sign. Shakes her head and smiles. As you might have guessed, it recently ringed it and got the best weather. You should ring it yourself sometime. Okay. What if I ring it during the end days? Would there be no clouds? Only the inky void of escapable doom? Jesus. What if I ring it in the depths of winter when it's cold, too cold for rain? What if the next day it's clear and sunny, but with a bit of light drizzle? Your luck's going to be forced into the middle ground. If you're usually lucky, you'll become a tad less for a while. But if you're of the luckiest sort, you'll have more good things come your way, but not as much as you hoped for. I imagine this is actually a thing, and I do want to go check this out. If so, the magic bell will compensate for the rain by making your misfortune way worse. Okay. What if it's going to be eclipse on the next day, but the weather's otherwise good? So long as it doesn't rain, you should be fine. At least that's how the legend goes. What if I ring it during the end days, when there's no clouds, only the inking void of escapable doom? Dragon forbid makes a holy sign. If that's the end days, I doubt you'll get so much as a smidgen of good luck, despite there being no clouds in the doom void above. You'll probably be stone dead before you even get a chance to ring it. That's funny. What if ringing the depths in winter was too cold for rain? They should look for snowfall. If there's none, you'll be in luck. If it starts falling in the morrow, then, well, I'm sorry. Okay. One more thing. I'm going to ask a few more questions. Maybe another time. At least tell me what I should call you. Luknin the Third, since the same name as me as my ma and Nam. Okay. You know what? I actually like that. I do like some of like the just minor dialogue and stuff. And I imagine... So we can go visit the graveyard, too. I actually do want to go visit that graveyard. I want to ring the bell. Though, honestly, knowing my luck, it's probably going to ring bad. Knowing my luck. How do I get inside of here? Because I think this is the foreman's house who's trying to get into. Yeah, it's like this is the... Not foreman, but like the gate man's house, probably. We also probably need the rest, if we can.
Nice and smooth.
Okay, we don't want to steal. Lunik the Third. Oh, we just visited you. Okay, interesting. We were just trying to come in here to see. Wealthy peasant. This burly, middle-aged man is staring grimly at the clay bottle of some local hooch. When he sees your approach, his bleak expression goes even bleaker. I've seen someone's forgotten the sacred rites of hospitality. Meaning me, signs of resignation. I suppose you're right. Excuse me, lass. At times they be a bit tough. You're Dorno the Elder, I take it? Your son sent me. Oh. What's that boy up to now? I've slain the lizard beast that you're plaguing your village. He told me to speak to you about it. You killed those buggers? Really? Enthusiasm seems to in his voice. Will they earn yourself a fine sum of 50 dunarts? Surely you can do better than that. Alright, you know what? Here you go. So we got 50 dunarts. Much obliged, we'll be seeing you. Do you have any other problems around here? Aye, we do. What are you offering to help? Sure, if the pay is right. Either he doesn't trust you or considers the issues plaguing the village for a random pilgrim. So I'm waiting. Listen, I'll be brief. There are 2 assignments I need doing. Kill a pack of wolves that have been pestering our cattle, and there's a gang of Sidon barbarians who set up camp on the woods near the river. You can bet your butts are up to no good. Alright, I'll try to help. Good. Finding them wolves should be simple enough. They roam the woods just after the bridge to the west. Alright. Now, onto those barbarians. They appeared about a week ago and told me the village is harboring someone who they've wronged. Now they're insisting that we give them up for face tribal justice. But there's no one like that here, and that's exactly what I said. Yet they carry on their camp, spying on us, upsetting my people, and scurry away caravans. This has gone on long enough. You go ahead and settle this matter any way you see fit. Chase them away and fight them. Just make them disappear. Do that, and you'll have everyone's gratitude. Do you have any idea who they're looking for? They say we're hiding a vile killer who spits the blood of their kin, or spilled the blood of their kin. Can you believe it? Of course, they didn't give us a name, nor even a good description of the killer. Are you absolutely sure there's no one hiding in the village? Yes, at least to my knowledge. Have they done anything else besides watching the village? At the moment, they thank the gods, but people here still remember the last barbarian war. You know, the kind of villainy like to append to the handful of armed barbarians pitched on your doorstep. All right, can you tell me about them? Their tribe is not familiar to me. Still, I know enough to be wary of them. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate their kind. A barbarian can be a merchant, a leader, perhaps even a friend, but an armed barbarian can only be one thing: dangerous. Well, now let's do a thorough search. Letting armed thugs roam the village searching for an imaginary criminal, that'd be lunacy. Okay. All right. You can find their camp after the bridge to the east. I also suggest you speak to the villagers. I mean, who knows? Maybe some drifter really did pass through Clam Reach. All right. Dormill, the innkeeper, keeps texting everyone going on here, so you might have heard something. So, yeah, okay. So you go speak to the innkeeper. If you need any help, talk to my farmhand in Treniota. If you've gotten yourself a few scraps lately, drinking and whoring near Swordhaven, it'd be good if you can teach the lad some manners. Now, good luck to you. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, so we do have a couple of missions here. That's the barbarian camp, and then that's the wood forest, so we can probably leave out this to the west gate and then go tackle there. We also go to the graveyard, which I still want to explore the graveyard. There's quite a bit here to this town, too. The town's pretty big. Okay, so this is the guy we was talking to. Well met, fair maiden. Attention, he's not so certainly checking you out, Jesus. Your master said you could show me around the village. You swine. Leave me be. So back in. Well met to you, good sir. So I could play along with this, or I could take an action. The pleasure's all mine, lads. Blushes, you're heading to Swordhaven, yes, I do. Then a piece of advice for you. Keep your ear to the ground on the thoroughfare. There are gangs of new-do-wells roving the countryside. They mostly bark and no bite, of course, but some are real sons of Cert. I'm not saying you faint heart, but there's no shame in running if you're outmatched, thanks. Even better if you find a caravan going your way. Much more to travel with good company. Okay. Do you know where the next caravan is leaving? I know perfectly well the roads are dangerous. Why don't you show me the way? There's strength in numbers. Ma'am, I cannot. I myself got into some trouble long ago. Master even had to bail out my sorry ass, or I end up in the stocks. Okay. I'd love to hear the full story if you're willing to share it. Okay. No way, unless did he really? Yes, I agreed to help him with some of the local troubles. That explains it. I'll be damned. Okay, you also mentioned you got up some mission in Swordhaven. Care to tell me about it? Me and my mates from the local farmlands were out and about near Swordhaven. Had a whole afternoon to kill, so we went to a couple's pints near the tavern. There was some towny roughnecks decided to give us a bit of hazing. Called us goat fondlers and inbred yokels, yada yada yada. Word for word, a fight broke out. Shite. If that was you being harassed, what would you do? I'd bash the scoundrels as only proper endure and forgive. They only know before they know what they do. I tend not to drink amongst the peasantry. I sliced the first one of the rogues who opened their mouth. Trust me, I'd make them friends. I make them my friends in a jiffy. I play as the bully rocks to leave me be. Exactly. So I bust the biggest goon, fat lip wide open, smacks his fist to a palm, and just like that, it turned to a huge brawl, fist flying, and innkeeper whacking everyone on sight with a broom. A pig even got involved in the skirmish, but the only fella the guards managed to grab and lock up in a barn was, you guessed it, me. That's unlucky. Why just you? I had too many ales before the mess started. The rest of the fellas evaporated right when the guards busted in, but I was too busy yelling threats and smashing things to pay them any heed. Did you manage to escape? Nah, I couldn't even walk properly. That's unlucky. You're telling me they wanted to put me in the stocks, and you know what could happen when you're forced to kneel there all day and worse, night, face down, ass up. I mean, I don't know person. Damn. You know, that's fair. That's fair. I've heard stories. Thankfully, the village elder bailed me out the next day. God bless that man. He was making a delivery to Swordhaven Fish Market when he heard about my troubles and came rushing to help. Now, my only wish is to repay his debt. You know him, your freedom, maybe perhaps your life. He was doing his job as a community leader. Assume a stony expression, considering he probably had to compensate the innkeeper the damage he caused. That could take a while. I guess that's the whole story. You still want to go? Yeah, let's go. All right. Okay, so I can take him along with me to fight, and show me around. So that way we're not by ourselves. Let's see. Travel point activated. Okay. I do want to try and find the inn or somewhere to, like... Can I pick these up? Yes. Alright. So I can pick these up. That's the headman's house. Okay, so not much else I think over here. Outhouse. I don't think we can go in here. No, okay. Okay, that's just a pig. Okay, well, I can't speak pig. I'd imagine there's some more areas within this village we can go to, right? Like, this isn't... Or is this outside of the village? Name's Element. Don't believe I've seen your village around here. I'm Ramia Stormwolf. I just washed up on the shores. Well, in that case, welcome to Clan Reach, Ramia Stormwolf. What do you do here, Element? Are you a fisherman? Have you noticed anything suspiciously lately? Oh, plenty, but nope, none lately. I might have asked you a couple questions, maybe some other time. All right. Can I just walk into people's houses? Because it seems like they just let me walk into people's houses.
I'm on it.
Okay. So we can just walk into people's houses. We can't, like, we can steal if you wanted to, but I don't think I'm going to try and steal or anything right now. Especially when we have someone with us.
Nice and smooth.
I am going to pick up some of these foliage and stuff, too, because I'd imagine...
I think I found something.
Oh, did he just step... Wow, you stepped on a trap, my man. All right, that's cool. And now you're bleeding.
What's up?
Okay. Well... I don't want him to bleed out.
Yes.
That kind of sucks. Kind of wasted a bandage on that, but all right. I didn't want the sun to bleed out, because he probably would have bled out, honestly. Knowing my luck. By the Silver Damien, what do you want, girl? Maintain a slightly menacing silence. What are you looking at? Spits on the floor dirty. Get your butt out of here, my house. What's your problem anyway? I just wanted to ask, have you noticed any villagers acting strange lately? It's about those barbarian horseums. I don't know shite. Okay, first of all, no one even said anything about the barbarians. You brought it up. If you've been paying close attention, maybe you've said something about his card answer, but then again, maybe not. What's bothering you doesn't have your damn business. Well, I can make it my business. Or you can leave me alone and don't stick your nose where it doesn't belong. Better take your heads, resting your hand on his dagger. I don't take no for nose ends. Can you at least tell me your name? Do you really need to know, or is that... Okay, fine. Aldar. Nods and walks away. Okay. So that's definitely,
You need something?
Okay. So I'd imagine this is the guy that we're probably looking for, honestly.
Quickly now.
But he's not going to give us any other
Hark,
information.
you must rally your party.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd imagine that's the guy we're looking for. That the barbarians are looking for.
Uh-huh.
This is a pretty big town, all things considering. This is back at the forge, right? Yeah, this is back at the forge, I think. Or no, this is in the forge. What is this? Okay, so we can craft a couple more things. Fortunately, we don't have any more bottles. We don't have any bottles or anything to craft anything. I was kind of hoping to find like an inn or something, but I just haven't been able to find one. Let's see. Maybe I missed it. Herbalist house. Let's try here. Maybe this is the inn. I once fended off a daggerfall with a stick. Or, yeah, daggerfang with a stick. It was this big. I'm so proud of you, child.
Fine. I'll do it.
Okay, so nothing in here either. Okay, yeah, nothing crazy.
Okay.
So he's supposed to be showing me around, but he's not really showing me around anything, I guess. Let's see. What are your thoughts on this place? There's a lot of danger looking outside Claren Breach, but it's always better to live in a village than survive on the road. Trust me, I've done both. What should we do next? I don't know. We can walk around, look for trouble, to fix the course. All right. In conversation. All right, so we can basically take him with us, which will probably have him help us like fight off the wolves, if anything. Still haven't found much about the end, though. That's really what I'm looking for, because I want to try and see if I can take a rest. That's kind of like my main thing, to see if I can take a rest and heal, so I don't have to use a potion. Okay. So every inn, as well as every private property you own, come to own later, contains a linked storage chest. Items placed in here will be available for every other chest of this kind anywhere in the world. Okay, so we actually found the inn. Perfect. The woman eyes you suspiciously. A new visitor in, huh? I hope my husband makes it clear that we only accept money and goods for our services. The woman doesn't need to hear that, damn. I'm sure she doesn't, peers at you. What was that all about? Well, I remember we gave one fella a bed and 2 days worth of food for. What was the price again, dear husband? Nothing. The price was nothing. Oh, that's right, nothing. And since we decided to deal in goods and coin only, I sense there's a story behind this care to share. I'd rather forget about it. Fair enough. Lately? No, I don't believe so. You can ask my husband, or maybe he knows something. Guys, unrelated question? Nah, excuse me, but I got work to do. You know what? I like this, that the fact that some people just won't talk to you. Like, they're just not obligated to talk to you. They do their own thing. I'm okay with that. Fair day, millennium. Welcome to Doorbell's Black Pearl Inn. It may not be as fancy as Swordhaven Ale House, but I swear on my ancestors' grave that even a high-weight lock would be pleased of our hospitality. Now then, what can I get you? Food, drink, lodging for the night. We have some chewing leaves and Empire if you partake. Just say the word. Can a Warlock expect reasonable price in his fine establishment? Please, I swear on the name of the good prophet, I set my prices as low as they can be. Okay. I wanted to ask if any of the villagers have been acting weird lately. Weird? Well, there's always some hullabaloo in the offing of Clamreach. The dragon, all praise to him, was sighted over a sea. A bunch of wicked savages set up camp in Greenwood. I specifically asked about the villages. Focus, my good man. The headman said you might know something. Smacks his lips and gives you a look. I might know a thing or two, but sharing knowledge could be dishonorable. Think about your honor after you tell me what you learned. Hold your horse, I have something to ask first. This request might sound bizarre, but trust me, it's the benefit of everyone involved. Being an associate of mine, I need to attend a special meeting, but there's a catch. I need you to get this pal of mine drunk, real drunk. Black out the table, struggle to remember his own name, drunk, then I want you to replace him, that you can handle it. How's this have someone's benefit? The fella's getting long in the tooth, but I kind of sold that I just can't bring myself to tell it to him straight. But if he gets thrashed and you replace him, the one's probably will be hurt, and the meeting will go much more smoothly. It's a win-win. Makes you think he'll drink with me. He'd drink with Flex himself if the hornbugger was buying. And what do you want me to do at this meeting? Same thing my partner does, look intimidating, and occasionally help my negotiations with a bloodthirsty stare and an angry grunt here. Who's the mark? Whatever, that's fine. Partner of mine is Aldar, the village lush. As for the meeting afterwards, just come find me as soon as he hits the floor, or better yet, I'll find you myself. Can I just knock him out or something? Goodness, no. He may be useless, but even detriment to our business, but I don't wish him any harm. Okay. Can you spot me some booze? With all due respect, I only mean sincerely, absolutely positive you can afford one measly bottle of liquor. Alright, cheap bastard. Alright. Alright, renting a room. Alright. Okay, so at least this way I can get some healing done. All right, so cool. So I got my healing, and then I'll buy some alcohol from him. All right, so empty bottle. God, why is it so expensive? So 54, huh? Damn, that's expensive. You could trade the mushrooms. Do we really need the ring? I don't think the ring's gonna really do anything for us. And then the pearl. Then we can barter it out. Alright, there we go. Alright. Cool. Alright, so we found the inn. So now we can go talk to that guy again to get him drunk. And then deal with the negotiations, then we get some information. Seems to be a lot of side quests here. Which, nothing wrong with that. It definitely is, no. Excuse me, a cRPG. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk to Aldar again. How'd you like to have a pint or two? I'm filled with thirsty, but what's the catch? We ain't friends or nothing. Heck, I don't even know who you are. Oh, please, who needs an excuse? Nah, now you're playing back and feeling, but God, tell me where the real is. Bowl something under your breath. Interesting, that plan on Silent Fox, I know you tried to ditch me one way or another, but the other thing coming. Heh. Alright, you got a ball of something strong. I'm still going to drink it with you, except I'm going to get you drunk. Oh, I can't wait to behold Dorva's smug when he sees me. The smug is be opposite of you. Seriously, you don't mind him trying to cut you? That's the book of moonshine. Why would I? It's just our usual song and dance. Him trying to cheat me threatening him to burn his tavern down. We're cooks, not some noble knights of the horse or whatever. That'll do. Is someone else joining us? I swear I heard her knock the door. Pour out your drink while he's distracted. Huh? I'll go check. While distracted, you spill the liquor on the floor, then mimic drinking from the empty mug. Meanwhile, a mouse crawls up on the cellar and begins a shambling sailor walk across the floor. Look at that bastard go. That little flower's digging into the fumes. Anyway, let me pour you a second round while you think up a toast. Come what may, all bad fortune is to be conquered by endurance. To your nightly message. Why my noble knows you have. I turn to the side and see a profile. The venomous spider on your shoulder, you see right there, pour it out. Alright, let me pour you another one. Da-da-da-da-da. Nice. So basically, I'm just trying to, like... Interesting. Okay, so you can play this out to, like, try and get him drunk. But you can fail and get drunk yourself. Why is there two of you? Raise his index finger, say something important, then lowers again. I'm not glad. I'm rat-assed. How about you? Yes, what about me? Though a bit tipsy, you're still aware of your surroundings, which is more than you can say about poor Aldar. With half moan, half belch, he face palms on the floor. Table in front of me. Pat yourself on the back. You need to report to Dumble. He'll probably be waiting for you. Okay, so we actually got him to get drunk, which is good. Alright, so we need to go back to the inn and report to him. Huh. You almost look sober, my good lady. Like Atlar. I'm telling you, he's getting old. Why back in the day, cuts him short. In any case, we better get Blue on the meeting starting soon. Why do we need all this shenanigans? We're investigating the barbarians who... I know. Want to kill us all. Don't get in the fluster, young Treniota. They can wait a little. I wonder if... I wonder if, like, depending on how much time you spend doing missions and stuff, will other, like, quests, like, end prematurely. As four shady-looking characters approach, the innkeeper puts on a smile and spreads his arms as if to hug the whole quartet at once. Spole, your old chum. How's the road? Terrible. I stepped in feck-shucking swamp on the way here. Damn. Good thing we pulled you out before you got properly soaked, head chief. Shut it. Who's the fresh meat? Don't worry, I trust this woman. Ella couldn't make it, so she's the replacement. Oh yeah, what happened to the old clod? Drunk again? More than average. Someone's got Ella drunk to purpose. Holding him the question. Pissed as a newt. Unfortunately, yes. Me and my friend gave him a shake and splash of water in the face, all in vain. Ridiculous. Anywho, I suppose it's time to get down to the meat of things. You got the goods? Alright. Here's what we agreed upon. The innkeeper produces a small yet obviously heavy wooden box. His hands on the ringleader. What are you selling anyway? Watch him in silence. He grabs the box and after struggling for a bit, removes the lid. A golden glow from the container soon fills his pale face. Hey, now, I also want to take a look. You know what? No, our job is to be silent here. And carefully withdraws a orange crystal, bathed in deep honey-hued glow. Perfect, not a single flaw. Puts it back, then grabs another. A damn fine catch, Dorborrow frown. Wait, what's this? Quickly pockets the golden crystal, then throws the pocket on the ground. This rest of the box is filled with rocks, spit of straw, and other refuses. Is this a trick? Now hold on to smudge. Eventually, you sold me that swore it was full to the brim. Simmer down both of you. Alright, let's discuss this. What's there to discuss? It's clear as day you two love burst out to swindle me. You know, as much stuff like that is worth nowadays, you want more, you pay double, or take them out we're willing to sell. Cretan, the rocks you threw on the ground are the rest of this treatment. Those pieces of gold are agreed upon merchandise, which you expect the whole box to be full of crystal of this quality. The crystal are all we're willing to sell right now. Take it or leave it, or find out what happens when you truly unruly customers. You know what? If that's the whole shipment, you wouldn't have filled the box with junk. What's the problem? Okay. One satisfaction, he told us the whole box would be filled. Be reasonable. Doorbell got bamboozled by some shifty blind stiffs. So we can try and negotiate here. Exactly. Even the prophet serum sometimes nods off. Darn, I'm as angry as you are. Cool. So yeah, we can resolve this peacefully. Oh, that's a nay. I don't believe you. For all I know, the Yakuza with this flabby shaky shit. Hey, Chief, you gonna let those muscle crust lead you by the nose? I say we got them. Pray for good fortune. Cast a spell on this Chief. You gotta kill faster. Was worth a try. Spoiling his crew rush you in a savage charge. All right, I guess we're fighting. Unfortunately, looks like they get the... Oh, we might die here. We might actually die here.
All right. Not even close.
Okay. All right, what are we looking at here? Well, that's not good. We do decent damage. Alright, so none of them have shield, so...
Nope.
Ooh, we're taking a lot of damage. We are taking a lot of damage here. Hey, why does he get to attack so many times? We're dead. We are so dead.
Hurt.
We are so dead. Oh, this kid is dead too. Well, that sucks.
Think again. You can't kill me that easily. Can't do that.
There. Let's see. We don't have to reload that here. Yeah, we're basically have to reload our save here, which is back, I guess, when we're at the drunkard's house. Yeah, we're definitely gonna die there. There's no mistaking it. Alright, so we basically have to redo that whole interaction here. So, give me 1 second while we redo the whole thing and get back to where we was. So basically, we're back to the dialogue option of talking to the tradesman here. We can try negotiating again, because like unfortunately a 2v4 is gonna make this a lot harder, especially if they like rush us. If we don't get the first attack off, then it's gonna make things a lot harder, because yeah, some of these people can attack like 4 times, which is insane. So basically we're just there. They're basically selling crystal, and it seems like either he got bamboozled or he's basically trying to like swindle them. So all right, let's see. Now, hold on, Smudge. Eventually, sold me as one of them. What's the problem? Just pay us what you got. These crystals are selling right now. Take or leave it, Cretan. Let's see. So definitely he got bamboozled. Alright, so this time we actually are starting off the attack. Can we actually save in combat? I don't think we can, right? No, we can't. Okay. Alright, so this, if you look on the right-hand side, it kind of shows like how many steps we can take. I hate the fact that we didn't get enough damage on that.
Keep dreaming.
Okay. So we actually have a better turn advantage here, so it's not too bad. I mean, it's still bad.
Let me out of it.
Oh god, you got to hit your attacks, my
I'll
man.
show you.
You got to hit your attacks, my man. You got to hit your attacks. This sucks.
Right.
Oh man.
Ready to meet your maker?
This is the unfortunate part.
Not even close.
Oh, this is bad.
Right in the kisser.
All right.
Let me out of it.
Okay. We're probably gonna die.
Like
This guy
I'm
here,
done for.
he gets to attack like 3 or 4 times. And he's gonna attack.
Shite.
Oh, you might die. Alright, well.
Nothing personal, sis. You better stop praying.
That's not good.
Ah, This
Oh,
one
wow.
actually hurt.
Yeah, we're screwed.
Nope.
Yeah, we are screwed. We are so screwed. Okay. We load the last save. Yeah, that's going to be a tough fight for us. It's definitely going to be a tough fight. We are definitely outmanned here, which sucks. It's doable. It's doable. This guy here is the main threat. He attacks like 4 times, which is insane to me. So we're just gonna go through the dialogue here. Yeah, right. The fella's been in business as long as you have didn't check the merchandise. I'm tired of you betraying the fat donkey you plan to do. Let's admit it. I say we do something before this gets out of hand. Hey, let's discuss this. Okay. You know what? The attack receive extra reach for 3 steps. Deal 1 damage for every step distance between you and the target. You did pretty good damage to him. Oh, that miss is really, really gonna cost us.
Nope.
Okay. We're definitely gonna have to use a potion here. Can we? We can't hit from here.
Call your mama.
And we can do this. It's doable. God, that fact that they attack like 2 to 3 times is insane to me.
Weakling. Shite. I'll do that.
This sucks. This really sucks.
Ah, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Nothing personal, sis. Time to die.
Oh, the fact that we're missing a lot of these attacks is what's killing us here, honestly. Missing those back-to-back attacks really hurt us.
Keep trying.
And they're getting these 3 attacks off. Well, you're not. You're gonna get knocked out probably. I know. Hey, you dodged. Come on, my man. I need you to. Oh, God, you got to hit these attacks.
This one actually hurt. Ready to meet your maker?
Oh, the fact that we keep missing it's what's gonna really kill us here.
All right. Looks like I'm done for.
Okay, okay. Better, better. We have to survive this round. And of course we don't. Oh, that sucks. Oh, God. God damn it. That was our best run, too. And there's nothing we can do. That was our best run. God, the fact that they attack so many times is the hard part of this. Alright, I'm gonna get back to the battle here, because we gotta win this fight. Alright, you know, before we go on to complete that, actually, let me take a look at my character. So we're about halfway to level 2. I feel like we might need to get a level up. We might need to get a level up. To get to level 2, because I feel like that might be a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is I am actually going to go towards the forge area. And then we're going to go try and take on those wolves. Because the wolves should net us some pretty decent XP. Yeah, because the fact that we're trying to fight those fight them at level 1, it's doable. But it really does depend on like a lot of like RNG and stuff like that too. Like essentially who has like, you know, the initiative. If we're missing or hitting our attacks and stuff like that too, which unfortunately we seem to be missing a lot more than we're hitting. So it's just we're not getting good enough luck. So maybe like another what's this in here? A snake?
Let's help the village.
Yeah, we're missing quite a bit.
Can't do that.
Okay, so we got 13 XP. I wonder, because we also do have, we have so like our skills, like range weapons, spears and halberds, and let's see, martial arts, accuracy with this type of weapon. So you have +5 accuracy with the weapon.
I'm on it.
It's barbarian camp. We want to really head towards the wolves here, but all right, probably have to come out this way. And maybe we go take care of the wolves. We get another level up, and then actually we might see if we can even get some new equipment too. Maybe like some. Hello. A lean, straight-backed male in a traveling cloak walks towards you, leading his horse by the reins. Intellect. The horses of the West Vitilian breed, swift and vigorous, and surprisingly agile. Despite its plain as dirt appearance, such animals are highly sought after by couriers, carnivores, and mercenaries. Parties gain 10 plus experience. Stated with very good day to you. Greetings, Sirrah. I hope the road has been treating you well. He speaks with a slightly hand-to-point accent. If only I've met with something but hardships so far. I'd either thank the dragon. A pleasure to hear that. Looking around before continuing. But I'd be careful out there nonetheless. A hungry pack of wolves roam the area just past the bridge. You see, it only takes 2 cinnamon strokes to mane that escape their ravenous maw. Yet the Grey Ruffians are awfully close when I stop to let her drink the river, so I'd look for another rough. How are you? Thanks for the warning. Wolves are not the problem. Anytime. We traveled out to help each other out. Where are you heading? I'm looking for someone, an old friend. He's supposed to visit in Swordhaven, but he never showed up. Is he a family friend? Do you need any help? Could you pretend to be referring to a fellow named Xanor? Ah, okay. We met in the Empire just before I sailed out to sea. We sailed to Nova Drakonia together. I think that was the ship captain. Oh, what a fortunate coincidence that he met. I assume your ship encountered a storm. That's why you're here instead of Swordhaven. What of Xan for it? Do you know where he is? As fate would have it, he is dead. I'm afraid the end was a violent one. A ferocious sea constructed devoured him. There was no delicate way to put this. Dyer cast a bloody flux in his life. It was a tragic action. His over was crushed beneath the broken mass. A tragedy indeed. I apologize if this sounds cold, but does Silver leave anything behind before he passed? A bit of jewelry, say a talisman? Why do you ask? It is an important spell bound to that thing is both powerful and quite valuable to certain people, but deadly to the uninitiated. I'd rather not fall into the wrong hands. I'm sorry, but I don't know anything about it. That's a bolt, Lysera. I know you have the element. Presses his right hand to his heart. Give it to me, and I promise you'll be richly rewarded. That's what Zen would have wanted. Are you arrogant the enlightened? No, but he's a good friend of mine. No, I'm handing you the amulet. Come now, don't be difficult. It tips it in direction. I said no. Then you leave me no choice. The image was touched from you extremely by that damnable wizard. As you wave your hand fully in the blackness, you hear the whiny run of a horse, followed by the sound of hooves reaching down the road. Okay. So basically, he stole the amulet, and he can use magic because he's a wizard. Okay.
Nice and smooth.
So yeah, that guy's definitely not a friend of ours for sure. How many potions do I have? 5. I want to give him 1. Or I'll give him 2. Keep 3 to myself. Yeah, unfortunate that we got the pendant stolen from us. I'm hoping just the 2 of us can take on the wolves, and this gives us a level up. That's a lot of wolves. Holy shit. Okay, that's the pack leader. All right. Okay. We have them come to us a little bit. I'm not gonna rush them. I'm gonna let them come to us. At least that gives us like a opportunity to kind of like bring them to us and fight. Okay.
Let the hunt begin.
All right, so we're actually doing pretty well against the wolves. We're doing pretty decent damage.
You're a nasty critter, huh?
Now the question is, how much damage do they do to us? 2 is not bad. 8 is bad. Jesus. Oh, dude, dodge both attacks.
Ha! Weakling.
Alright, so that's a mature wolf.
Don't try to escape.
Alright, so just 1 left. We can do this. All right, that was a bit tough, not gonna lie. It definitely hits different whenever, it definitely hits different when we don't have, like, magic and stuff to, like, to fight. When it's, like, more melee focused.
Uh-huh.
Some tools over here. I got a cross-pin hammer. And then copper ingot. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if there's any other wolves or anything here. Okay. Alright, so we can head back to the Hetman's house. To kind of get our reward. But yeah, definitely it's a bit tough. In terms of stats, our overview, still not enough to hit level 2. It's definitely going to take a hot minute to hit level 2. I'd imagine hopefully once we turn in the quest, we'll probably get a little bit more XP. Seems like there's a couple other places here too we can visit. Maybe a blacksmith nearby too. Maybe actually take a look at the graveyard too to get a little bit more luck. And I think we can craft on our own, right? Or we probably have to go somewhere and do it. But definitely feel very weak. Definitely feels like a level 1 character. Which, I mean, is good and bad, you know what I mean? It definitely feels like a little bit harder. The wolves are done for. And then nudge that, also 40 does it says every occasion. Alright, so we got 50 experience. Sure, 40 will do. Here we go, last. Let's see. Alright. So unfortunately we oh, wait, he got a new level. So he leveled up. Okay. New level. Alright, so we got 14 points. Put that at 60. Get his medicine up a little bit. We don't have any ranged weapons. Maybe we can find a bow. Maybe I would like be able to buy a bow. Alright, so we have bladed weapons, axes and blunts. Alright, so let's see. What we have is Shield Breaker. Get a high chance to deal weapon damage, max damage for the next 2 turns. Savage Roar. Choke and Chop. You attack thrice, deal 25% less weapon damage. Attack increases the number of chance hit by a -15 as current value. Pushback. The harder they fall. Savage Roar. Soft Spot. Soft Spot might be pretty good. I'm going to do Savage Roar as like a buff. We don't have any attribute points. Alright. So we still need to level up. We have 200 points to level up. You can probably get that by like, talking to people and stuff. I do need to find, like... I need to find maybe like a blacksmith or something, though. That'd be pretty good to find like a blacksmith of sorts. This goes to the graveyard, I'd imagine. See if I can find a blacksmith, maybe I find like a better weapon. This young, round black individual is writing something on a wax tablet. He slowly raises his eyes and licks his lips before chanting. Greetings, gentlewoman named Stanius, apprentice of Feather Harkins. The weight lot of this village may be assistance. Take a peek at this table. What are you writing? Have you seen anyone suspicious? You know, someone who doesn't belong? Well, I've seen you chatting with the gate guards, strolling around, probably talking up to locals. Nobody recent memory has done that here less than you. But that's what you're hoping to hear, so my answer is nay. Take a peek at his tablet. Oh, this is just taking inventory, nothing special. Father Hurkins prefers the temple holdings to be thoroughly organized. He shows you the beeswax smeared wooden tablet covered in barely legible signals. The script is extremely tiny, probably save on tablets. Need any help? I'm great at numbers and reckoning. From the way you speak, I guess you could finish a task before I can even return to the mug L to reward you. Nonetheless, I must respectfully decline. It's part of my education. I don't really mind it. Okay, so we got some XP. You seem a learned woman, which is rarity outside the clergy, if you don't mind me saying. Let's see. Well, I am a weight lot. Looks at you and the expression finally appears on his face. A smile. Guess that's a rare occurrence. I knew right away from the way you speak. Another weight lot. I have so many questions for you. Tell me, how long did it take you to earn your title? I was promoted to the priesthood just a few months. I was that gifted. So that's basically a lie. Not long, only the best of my life. You know, it was a while, but it was fun learning the ropes. I can imagine. Thank you, sister. Here, a little token of our gratitude for reaffirming my beliefs. Hand you a few dry albert fruits. Now tell me what you recommend when I do receive the sash. Some provisions. Okay. The path of the traveling preacher or the Selman weight lock. Have you perchance had the pleasure of experiencing both these worlds since you started so young? Let a higher clerically decide such matters. We all are servants of the dragon. Nothing beats traveling the world and preach to those who need it. I try both. You should too. Then you have time to decide. That is the answer I hope for. Thank you for your counsel, sister. Nice. We got some XP. I do like how you get XP for like talking to people. That's really cool in RPGs that you really don't see as much often these days. Let's see. So it's like blah 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 blah. People need to lead by example. Being tardy, unkept, disorganized are qualities of a second-rate priest, and who needs that? Can I ask a few questions? As are you, like sister, and answer if I can. Have you anything lately? One Aruma claims that she made a doppelganger in the nearby woods. Someone or something that looks exactly like a friend or family member. It will ask you to follow, but if you do, you'll never return. That's true. My Gramps told me stories about such encounters, but let me tell you, if I ever stumble on those shape-shifting bastards, I'll give a hearty serval of knuckle supper. So a little bit more XP. Now, I've never met such a creature, nor has anyone currently living in the village, but amazing and slightly disturbing is that concept. To be just like everyone else on the outside, but completely different thing. Alien mankind. Okay. So we have to worry about shapeshifters. Okay. You got for the shortage of sacred herbs and dragonfire, especially there. And by there, I mean vegetable garden, where Aang usually toils. What's your hot take on the village? It's a modest hamlet full of modest, hardworking people. I miss it when I eventually rise to rank and get my own parish. Here's hoping that pulse me is lovely. Time for me to go. Okay. So we got some provisions there, and we actually got a little bit of dialogue, which is cool. All right. So
Okay.
still not what I'm hoping for, though. We still haven't gotten to like a blacksmith or anything. Though honestly, we don't really have that much gold. And we're just kind of going around talking to people. No one here. Oh wait. The woman halts in her tracks and eyes you with their arms crossed. For your own sake, I hope you're looking for my husband to bore him with your sins. Otherwise, let's just say you don't want me to be fetching my rolling pin. Those are some purest words for a warlock's wife, don't you agree? You know, I'm very pious. I've got every holy name, date, and prayer locked up right in here. Points to her temple. It's just that when I got a wee bit of a temper, even the gods catch the piece of it sometimes, especially when what? Go on, my good woman, you can share with me. When I think about them too much, I guess. After my husband's sermon, especially, there are things that make me question it all. And those questions aren't something you ask a whaler, especially if he's your husband, to explain, get to grip. Mostly because they're stupid. All right, that's enough talking. Off you go. But what questions do you mean exactly, if you don't mind me asking? Share your heretical thoughts, or you'll make you repent more. No question about the gods will disappoint me. Please fear to probe my mind, whatever it shall say between us. Thanks for a bit. Oh, what the heck? All I'm trying to say is that the lesser gods are, well, basically like us. Sure, they're wise and powerful, but I know the sacred stories. They love and fight and laugh and cry just like regular people. They even look like us mortals, or, you know, we look like them. Is that what I'm trying to say? With a crevice yawn, no. I don't know where this is going, but I can already smell the foul blasphemy. Let's see. Where is this going? It makes sense, the gods being human-like. Why did they make us like they did? Because we were created in their image. Why did they help us? Because we share their passions and vices. But then there's the dragon. I mean, no disrespect. I love him and worship him. I share my life with his servant. It's just that what you're about to say is it makes no sense that the gods are ruled by the dragon, who lacks any human ties in either form. Yes, exactly. Why is our face centered around this creature? Why a dragon? If the most powerful god is a dragon, why are we made in his image? I simply can't understand it. Not in agreement. I puzzled the same question. I've yet to find one holy text that makes a modical sense. You needn't blame yourself. In fact, those are the very common questions. You begs explain this conundrum. Honestly, I like this. I like this. And here I thought I was a blush from frowns. I assume you're a woman of the god, or at least somewhat no affiliation make on my part. Let's leave the subject. And if you don't have anything else to add, why don't you go whatever it is Vagabonds do in their time? I mean, I feel like that was a very productive conversation. I've seen it. That's advice. She ain't suspicious, Mrs. Ohm says she's with me after all. Yes, that's the most disreputable thing about her. Now, was there anything else you're too silly to actually be to my work? Oh, okay. So I do like that. Imagine just like different outcomes that you can get depending on like how you carry the conversation. But I guess she's kind of like disappointed that like, even though you understand what she's saying, you're still like trying to shake her fate. I don't know. Definitely an interesting conversation though, for sure. What are we at in terms of the level up? We're close. Though I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference. I hope it makes a bit of a difference. This is free to take. We're going to need to get more potions, though, whenever we start that fight. Let's see. It's like our characters are... Where did our characters go? I lost track of them. I feel like they disappeared on me. Did they disappear? Okay, there they go. So we can head towards the graveyard.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, so since we haven't seen that way.
Quickly now.
Let's see. A grizzled one-armed man raises his hand in warning. Stop being in your tracks. If you're aiming to travel through the fields, lest you keep a stick ready at best. Why is that? Affleck, we got vermin, infestation, a whole pack of god be damned dagger fangs. They got daggers for fangs? Well, that sounds dangerous. There's no reason to quaver if there ain't wolves. Just be careful when they're around, that's all. I've got a apothecary pal in Swordhaven. He sells a potent poison to deal with them. I guess it's time you paid him a vision. Yeah, but I still feel myself stalling. See, the roads are pinched too dangerous lately. And if you, before you ask, since you look exactly the type who would, I insinuate you in my stead. What if I get rid of the dagger falls? I guess you can slay him if you want, scratch his head, even touch some coin if you get it done. I'll be on the temple grounds at the end of the main road. Okay. I mean, we got a new quest that we can do. Let's see. The camp. That's the fields. I mean, I feel like that might be a little bit better to tackle.
Fine, I'll do it.
Let's see, our companion's back this way, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Imagine we could probably take them on in the fields. That might be a little bit easier. And then hopefully that gives us enough XP. And then we'll go back and try and renegotiate.
I see something.
Those are the dagger fangs, okay.
Keep dreaming.
They're like giant naked rats, essentially. Wait, did we not get like a new skill? Abilities. Wait, why do we... Okay, we got the ability. Maybe we gotta equip it. And we missed both attacks.
Attack!
Okay. Got some meat there. Disarmed. Alright, so I'm definitely curious as to why we didn't have this skill equipped. You don't have enough points to learn it. Wait, okay. Skills, distinctions. Okay. I guess I'm a little confused in terms like why we don't have our skills equipped. That's lockpicking, pickpocketing, stealth, journal, characteristics, escape, rest. I guess we could have rest and stuff. Attack, formations, map.
You need something?
Okay. Maybe I missed something in terms of like the abilities. Unlearn. Inventory, journal, map, rest. Wait, do we have to rest maybe? Loiter. Okay, so we can loiter. Okay.
Easy peasy.
Huh?
I'm still a little confused by that. Maybe it's something I'm missing. There might be some more of them out here. Yeah, okay, here we go. Let's see. I mean, they only have 3 HP, so they're not too bad. They do tend to dodge a lot, though. You kind of get like a little bit of a roll percentage. We are close to leveling up, though.
Forget about it.
So we're just shy of being able to attack.
This one's mine.
Okay. So let me try something. Let me see. This is special ingredients. Okay, no, this just lets us go through our inventory. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand the skills. Maybe I'm missing something in terms of skills that... abilities. Oh, here we go. Okay, that... I don't think I saw that in the tutorial. Okay. So apparently you gotta come to your character and then switch to abilities to equip the abilities. That's a little strange. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't hate it, but I'm not a fan.
I think I found something.
So I'd imagine these traps are for the rats, but they're not really working. Okay. Alright, so we have some... They're rallying some allies.
Think again. You can't kill me that easily.
He might get knocked out.
Shite.
That's a strong possibility.
Come here. I need a new coat.
All right. So we can take a rest here, which we might actually do. Take an 8-hour rest and heal. Close. Okay.
I'm on it.
Got some health back, which is good.
I've spotted something.
Look, over there.
Jesus. That sucks stepping on those. and I'm bleeding now. How long am I going to be bleeding for? We literally just rested and wasted a ration. That sucks.
I'm alright.
Don't know how many more monsters out in here in the field. Okay, we already killed those. Don't have any more healing potions, I don't think. No, I don't. We can craft some, but we have to be like at a station to do it.
I see something.
I've spotted something. Nice and smooth.
Wait, did we not kill all the... Is that all of them? Overview. We're close to leveling up. Probably one more engagement. The journal, lovely shore. Pest control. Haven't seen any more of them. We got a little bit of healing back from that, which is good. So I might have to clear out these fields too. I feel like turn-based is a little bit easier. I mean, not harder. So, like, you know what? We'll do real-time. We'll see how real-time goes.
Think again.
Oh god, we are getting our shit wrecked in real-time.
This massively hurt.
Okay. Damn, real-time definitely is a little bit harder for sure. Although real-time does have its advantages, I'd imagine.
Uh-huh.
But it seems like we cleared out everything here, so we can go back. Which, let's see. He should be at the village temple. Temple grounds, okay. So probably somewhere around here. Okay, that's him, the one-armed fireman. So, not too far, but yeah. It definitely is a little bit harder. Like I said before, this seems to be a little bit more grounded, like old school, like cRPGs. It is difficult even on normal mode, especially when you seem like you're severely underleveled, which seems like that'd be the case against those people. We definitely seem to be a little bit underleveled. Which, I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's to be expected. There are a bunch of side quests and other things that you can do around here to kind of level up. And I do like the aspect of, like, talking people to level up. Let's see. I've terminated all of the dagger falls there. You did a good job. Now, the fields will be safe again. I won't have the rest of the trip to Swordhaven. What do you think? 45 for your troubles. All right, so we need here's a few silver to help you on your way. Pray to hide you lose your hand. Let the past stay in the past. Thanks. Okay. I'm not ashamed of anything. It's not just much of a story. I caught an arrow right below my elbow during the last barbarian road. Didn't even know who shot me. I guess your arm was amputated. The arrow tip was covered in filth, so the blood wound swelled up like a toad and stank worse than a rotting corpse. The last, bless her soul, carried me to the Sawbones, who hacked the whole thing off. Okay. The medicine works in mysterious ways, but I'm still here, ain't I? So he must have known what he was doing. Thanks, I'm not some mollycoddle to traumatize with. My remaining arm could best some blokes who still got two. You think my master, Father Heck, has kept me on out of pity. I think again, I pull my weight and then some. So, Since you got me chatting about Lost Arms instead of Room, I shall weave a suspicion across my mind. You see, I met a lot of cripples on the road. One of them, Dagon the Noseless, lost his snout on the dire wolf. Since whenever he laid eyes on a wolf, a dog, or even a furry pelt, the spot where he's never used to start hurting something awful. And then the thought struck me: who was that? It caused my phantom pain, akin to Dagon's. The field medic, I assume. That's the weird part. The only time I experienced the ghostly pain wasn't because the croaker who chopped off my arm. It was when our squadron's cook came from the sawbones tend to feed me bone marrow and pork rind. Oh. I feel he got fed his arm. Sweet Lorman's petticoat. I hope it was pork. I don't think that was pork. I don't think that was pork. So we finally got a level up. So new level. Let's see. Get our medicine up. The thing is, we don't have like any like range weapons. So now we got some abilities. Extra SP cost 25. Attack everything in a 183 cone. Using this action will end your turn. During the next 5 seconds, the area you target will deal damage to any enemy who steps inside. You can able to move for 10 seconds. That would be useful for the upcoming fight. Perform a 5-step long charging attack. Receive 20% more damage during the next... I don't like that. Block the next 2 attacks. Okay. Between turns. I kind of like stand thy ground. Deal maximum weapon damage. I'm going to try stand thy ground. I'm going to try that. People think you're rather tactless. I wonder why people think I'm tactless. It's because I'm heavy-handed? Probably. Okay. Well, I think from what we've played so far... okay, so here we go. To add a new ability to your belt, you must first open up your inventory by pressing you. Okay. So this is basically where they're supposed to tell us where the... how to add abilities. Okay. But I already figured that out from earlier. Definitely a weird way to, like, have you, learn how to equip abilities and stuff.
Fine,
but
I'll do it.
I think what we'll do here is we'll call this part of part 1, because I do want to play a little bit more, to kind of give, like, a little bit more thoughts. I know this is a long video, and I do appreciate you, guys who made it to the end. And for those who made it to the end, I do have a key to give away if you are interested in the game. I will pick a random person from the comments within the next couple of days. So if you want a chance to win the key, just go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what you think so far, based on you reading the game or if you've played it. And then I will pick a random winner, and then I will go ahead and message that person. I believe YouTube still has the messaging, or I will try and message them out, and then I will give them the key that way. So again, if you made it to the end of the video and you want a chance to win a copy of the game, go ahead and leave a comment. You don't have to like the video or anything, but I do appreciate it if you do. If you want to see more content from the game, definitely sub to the channel as well, as I'll be trying to upload a little bit more of this game as well. I'll probably do some live streams of it too, or at least upload some shorts, because this game is definitely interesting. Like I said, I do like the aspect of like a low fantasy, low magic cRPG. I think it's definitely something different. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Remember, this is Swordhaven, the Iron Conspiracy. Definitely pretty interesting. Definitely going to be on my radar to continue playing, either, like, you know, obviously creating more content with it, or play a little bit more on my off time. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.